Hey, Mr. Sheepdog. Did you ever go out and buy yourself one of these? Integrate it into your systems? Let me see if I can get a good snap here for you. Oh, that's it. The excellent Spyderco Police G10, model number C07G. There it is in the current Spyderco product guide. Who knows, it could be discontinued at any time. But for years now, here in the Nutnfancy project, this has been considered a Hall of Fame tactical knife. You guessed it, a Hall of Fame sheepdog's blade. I mean, it's so light, and yet it's so freaking big. 4.4 inch blade, 5 ounces. That's an achievement. VG10 steel that's flat ground, perfect jimping, it's thin. It's fast, adequately strong, carries well in the pocket, cost effective at $1.10 street. That's a Police G10. What, you don't have one? Dude, come on. I know you don't have one because I have never seen a Police G10 come out of a pocket during a TMP gear check. Not never. I have seen 2 of these come out though, stainless steel police models. I think I showed one of these on camera, checking gear from TMPers. That was cool. I was glad he had it. But I mean, come on, man. You could save so much weight going with a G10 version. Love this knife. Massive, lightweight, fast. Go check out that review. Here I'm doing it all over again. All right. Not too late to hook into a Police G10. Do it while you can. Who knows when it's discontinued. Dudes, maybe you got one of these. Oh, another HOF tactical and EDC blade. Endura 4 G10. Let's check out the catalog, see where that's at. Yeah. Hey, Nutnfancy, I think I want one of those in 2013. Oh, you are hosed. Hosed. No longer made, GI. So sorry. So sorry. Should have hooked into it when I did the review way back in 2009. I show you these 2 blades for a reason, because they set the stage for the knife I'm going to review right now. You know what it is. You saw the title. Welcome to the Nutnfancy tabletop review of, oh, good snap, Spyderco Calypso C54 GPBN. I love this knife too. Can you guess? Sure you can. I mean, it's very similar to these knives. Love the Police G10. Love the Endura 4 G10. Just love them. They're pretty much maxed out on my likability scale. This one will rank very high as well. It is a little bit different, but it's a lot similar. I guess the Calypso, the one in the middle if you're new to this blade, is a reincarnation of an original 1990s design that Sal did. The original Calypso, I'm not familiar with it. And in this sprint run, and that's what it is, they're recreating it. To me, it seems more similar to these 2 blades than it does, as some others will say, the Cali series. The Cali 3, the 3.5. In clips, in blade shape, in just a style and overall feel, the thinness, kind of more Police G10, more Endura G10. You guys know I love the Cali series. I did a review on the 3. The Cali 3 is what I'm talking about. Great knives. I just love it. Made in Seki City, Japan. The Calypso, it is a sprint run once again. That means it's going to be limited. It too will go bye-bye. If you miss it, don't miss it. There you go. And that takes us to a very short discussion on POU. What do you think I'm going to say with that intro? Talking about sheepdogs. What are sheepdogs, Nuttin? They're just good people that protect other people. For Constitution, law enforcement, military, good civilians, that's who they are. And yes, this is a great sheepdog's blade, a great emergency defensive tool if you need it. I'm talking the Calypso with, very important, a modification, which you can see right now. We'll talk about more specifically. Great tactical blade, EDC, absolutely collectible. Yep. I mean, it's a sprint run. It's gonna, be gone before you know it. Making it more collectible, more special. Very collectible. Love it. Food prep knife too. I was using it today for that. Absolutely. That's POU. Hope you liked it. The weight is 4.4 ounces. The feel is just like these 2 knives. Endura 4 G10, Police G10. Very thin, easy to carry. Love the thinness of these Spydercos. They're just outstanding. Feel is excellent. The balance is excellent. Stuff I raved about in those, right? VG10 steel. This knife was pretty much abused in cardboard cutting, by the way, here in the Nutnfancy project. Check it. Did pretty good, actually. Real good. VG10 steel will dull just like any other steel that I test doing that. And it's not like miraculous by any level, but it's easy to resharpen. Takes a wicked fine edge. Check this one. This is on the Edge Pro Apex. Oh, excellent. Polished to 1,000. I get bored after that. Wicked sharp after that. Very rust resistant VG10 steel. We've talked about that forever here. It's a good all-around steel. I love it. I'm glad Spyderco uses it a lot. It did very well in stabbing tests as well. Talking about the Calypso C54. Excellent. No lock failures. Was it the end-all test? Was I abusing the knife? No. Just stabbing multiple layers of heavy-duty cardboard, cross-cutting cardboard a lot, using the factory edge. I really think if I would have used my edge after the Edge Pro Apex, the cardboard cutting would have gone better because I was pulling it through there after some time, which I see with all kinds of blades. Really nice. I wish it had a bigger deployment hole. As I measure it, this is an 11 millimeter deployment hole. It sounds like such a stupid thing, doesn't it? Like, well, what do you care how big the deployment hole is? Well, it's talking to speed, really, on this knife. I mean, you saw how fast you can whip out these blades. These are 13 millimeter deployment holes on the Endura 4, on the Police G10. Just a little something to keep in mind, especially if you have gloves. I think on the Calypso, it's just a little bit small. Look at the blade shape. I mean, it's what you see here. It's that beautiful leaf shape, but it also has this wonderful spine swedge grind on it. It's a beautiful detail on the Calypso. It's very aesthetic. Is it functional? I don't know. What are you doing with it? For probably stabbing, penetration, maybe. I think a leaf blade does so well on that, with or without a swedge. Check out the tip on that. Medium thinness, good infield surgery if you need it. And it's 100 millimeters long. Going to the metric system on that one. Speed is excellent, especially for a lockback. You can really screw up a lockback if you don't balance that spring tension just right. A little bit of wrist action, the Calypso leaps out, even with that somewhat smaller hole. Good speed, lockup and strength is excellent. No up, down, nothing. And that takes us to the very awesome handle. First, the color. I love that earth brown G10. That is one of my top attractions to the Calypso. That and that it's a sprint run. It's not the only reason. I mean, there's a lot of sprint runs that Spyderco does. I just go, whatever. I'm just not turned on to it. But when I saw this one, the brown Calypso, back in 2012, I'm like, we're getting that. We're reviewing it. That is a cool blade. Love the looks of it. It is very thin. Have I said that already? Yeah, probably like 3 times. Let's compare it against the Endura 4 G10. It is thinner than that knife. Oh man, that's cool. The Endura 4 is the same weight, by the way, 4.4 ounces. Check that out. About the same size, there you can see the blades. That would compare against any Endura because all the Enduras are obviously about the same size. You can see that the Calypso blade is narrower in profile. Again, like the Cali. Maybe that's where the resemblance comes in. They did do a great job skeletonizing the Calypso. Love it when they do that. Love it, love it, love it. That's one reason it's 4.4 ounces and not, 5.2 ounces. Closed back design. And you may or may not super dig this. The handle scales are riveted on the Calypso. You can't take them off. You see them? They're pinned there. Is that important to you? I like the option of taking them off. There's a Police. You can see that you can take those off with a mini Torx if you had to. Not so much a Calypso. Hope you liked it. I'm glad they did away with that David Boyd detent on the lockback. I just think those are such a worthless feature. Let's see. I think both of these have it. Yeah, it's like a little notch. It's like, oh man, if you grasp it too tight, you're going to lock the blade. I've never seen that. To me, it just makes it a little harder to just very small measures to disengage the lock. The balance on the locking bar, I'm talking about how easy it is to disengage. Excellent. Now, this is not a triad lock a la cold steel. So if you do some really heavy duty stuff with this, it's going to transmit right to the lock bar. There's no stop pin in between the two. Again, like the triad. Keep that in mind. I think it's very capable for any realistic philosophy of use you put it in. Little bit squared edges on the Calypso, just like these two knives. They had the same issue. But I don't know what it is. In hand, it just doesn't, I don't know, bug me that much. Not so much. Let's look at the centering on this Calypso. Perfection. Handle retention as we would expect from a lock back. Perfect. Lanyard hole right there. And that takes us to, I guess, ergonomics. Check out that jimping on the Calypso. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, wait. That's my jimping. That's right. The Calypso did not come with any, and that is a big miss in my book. Is that important to you? I don't know. It's important to me, especially if we go back to an emergency defensive application of this knife. You absolutely should have that. I did it with a Dremel, like I've always shown you right here. Real easy to do, and I was actually pretty happy with the job I did. Check it out right there. Yep, top side and bottom side on the gimping, Nutnfancy style. With that, let me tell you this, brethren. Oh, that sucker just locks in. I am dead serious. Let's compare it against the factory jimped Police G10. That is excellent. Love it. About the same. About the same. I mean, this is a purpose-built law enforcement knife, really, isn't it? The Police G10. With gimping on this, dude, I'm kidding, it's jimping, but it's the same thing. But it's lighter, 0.6 ounces lighter. Other than that, the ergonomics are excellent. You know, you might want to run a strip of skateboard tape on the back. I think on this Police G10, I got it right like that. Now, you got to be careful how you do that because that's a raising lock bar. That will eventually slide off, I know, until it does. You know, enjoy it. Very flat, easy to carry in pocket. Speaking of which, there's your pocket clip. How do you like that clip, Nutton? It's okay. It's okay. Nowadays, if I find a Spyderco wearing this clip, let's talk about the size first. I'm going to reprofile it. A good example of that is this Pacific Salt right here, boys. Oh, love this knife. Reprofile that one. It's exactly the same clip, blackened. I would prefer to have blackened on that one. I know, I say that a lot, but I do. It matches, I guess. You know, this is kind of collectible to most folks, I think. They don't care. They probably like the polish. But that wears a lot better. Just these flared out squared edges, they are scratching on car surfaces. I was passing by, grabbing stuff. It just rides so much better. There you go. The clip itself, though, is excellent. It'll accept, you know, relatively thick fabric. It's positionable on all four corners. A great ambi knife for lefties, the Calypso. There you go. How about competitive options? Well, there's two been sitting on the table the whole time. Endura 4 G10, Police G10. How about, again, we'll take a look at the Salt. Pacific Salt. 3 ounces. H1 steel, $60 more or less. No steel at all in this. Look at that. But nothing, it's not flat ground, full flat ground. I know, I still love it though. I've always said that. I mean, just because it's not FFG, it doesn't mean like I hate the blade. Saber ground, I was like, I can do it. I really like on this style that you can lay it flat like on the EPA and really get a good edge. Speaking of which, check that edge I put on that sucker. That's nasty. Oh my gosh. I just get excited when I see a polished edge like that. I'm a sick, sick man. Yeah, so that's, I don't know, just off the wall, you know, competition. How about this one? Spyderco Resilience, 5.2 ounces, 8CR, 13 MOV, $40. It's kind of a Spyderco festival here. Shut up. Now that's a big blade too, 4¼ inches long. Way high value, way high value. Great jimping, flow through construction. This is an offshore produced Spyderco. You guys know that. China. Excellent blade though. That's an option. Let's get a little bit crazy now with a competitive option. How about the Ontario Rat 1 TMP crew knife? Shut up. 4.8 ounces osate steel. There you go. Very affordable. That's a blue. I shot it in. I think this is 4 of 4. Produced, well, there you go. April 2012. Only crew of TMP got that one. Yeah, I know. You guys want me to produce that and throw it out there as a TMP special blade. Maybe. I don't know. Off-the-wall competitive options. What do you think's in here? How about the Microtech Scarab? Oh, 107-10. 4.4 ounces. S35 VN steel. Now that is a sick HEC blade. Hey, Nutnfancy, that's expensive. I know. I'm just throwing it in there because it's funny. And it's an OTF blade. I don't know if you could, between these two knives, which one would you buy? Probably Calypso. This is just so expensive. But as it stands right now, this sprint run, C54 GPBN Spyderco Calypso, highly, highly recommended. Get it while you can. If it bugs you, jimp it yourself, just like I did. You can reprofile that clip. Or if you want to turn it and use it, I don't know, as a collectible, then don't do anything to it. But if you're like me, you're probably going to have the knife 5 years from when you bought it, which means you did dig it. It was special. It's fast, it locks up tight. It is lightweight, easy to carry, thin, and it's special. Special coloration, and it's limited. See ya.